Green and greening. After the lockdown began, after a week of not leaving home, after the fear and frustration settled in, after my eyes were rested, after they had unseen and unremembered the constant barrage of bulletins, after I had fought my body and its pleas to be outside, after the bargaining ceased and one brave toe set foot outside, after the third day of this bravery and all the streets my feet steered me towards, after I knew again what it felt like to give in to the quiet longings of my body, to give in to instinct, let my body wander, and feel safe enough to wander after watching palm fronds bristle, a knowing descended upon me. I remembered that I am a living thing, green and greening. I too deserve to frolic. Poetry is the best way to time travel for me, the best way to jump planets, right? Because I can be here and in another world, and it is because of language, it is because words have taken me there. And that's something I really love about poetry and that I very much enjoy about it. So I am a writer. I do write generally, but poetry is one of my favorite forms of expression because of how succinct it is, but also because of how poetry happens to me or how poetry emerges for me. So a lot of my poetry emerges as a meditation. So after walking or spending extended periods of time in nature, poetry sort of visits me, right? And I find it interesting that poetry doesn't visit me when I'm too busy or too occupied with doing things. But when I can take the time to slow down and to fully inhabit or occupy my body, it's like all my senses return to me, all my senses come on board. So I love that about poetry. I love that it is a reclamation of my ability to see, of my ability to hear, of my ability to commune with the natural world, and with life itself. It's sort of a breathing exercise, right? But breathing through words, breathing through language. And when I reclaim my eyes or when I reclaim my ears, when I reclaim my senses, then I can write poetry. So I really appreciate that function that poetry has for me, that it becomes a skin through which I interact with the world by communicating what I would have experienced in this visitation of self.
Okay, if you had a superpower, what kind of,
If I had a superpower,
which one do you choose? You can choose whatever you want.
I think it would be to be all knowing. It would be horrible. It would be almost an affliction because you can't know everything at once, right? But I think that's the power I would want, to know everything. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know what I would do with that power, but I don't want to be invisible or be able to fly. I mean, those things are less cool or less fantastical for me than being all knowing. Being all knowing enables many other things, you know. This is hilarious. I remembering who in the Bible asked for wisdom. Is it Solomon? So I want wisdom. Well, yeah, knowledge and wisdom. That's what I would want.
Tell me something, Pauline.
What you want to know?